What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to go over a super microcomputer, but before I get into this, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, leaving a comment, let me know how your day was. It helps the channel grow and lets the algorithm know to push this out to other people. And ultimately I'm trying to teach more people, so if you could do me a solid and help me out with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're at all interested in the Discord, it's completely free. I post here throughout the day, my trades, my entries, exits, theses, long-term setups. I'm doing a growth account challenge right now if you want to check that out as well, where I've deposited $100 into the account every week. I'm going to grow that through shares and longer term positions and show people how I would grow a small account. But let's get into the charts. So super microcomputer is where I was putting all my focus on today. We're still extended on the monthly chart. Like, I don't think we're pushing to a new all-time high. Anything can happen, but I think it's pretty much a 0% chance that that happens in the short term. So we're talking about like months, basically. Um, you can see we're forming a reversal candle right now. But like I was saying yesterday, we're not going to go straight down. There's going to be bounces along the way. There's going to be a lot of volatility here. This is where you can make some money. You want long, wide ranges. You don't want the tight stuff unless you're an investor and you just want to, buy and hold. If you're a trader, you want this volatility. Play both directions. Learn how to make money in both ways. You know what I mean? So right now we're holding the 8 exponential on the weekly chart, and we were just looking for a weekly higher low. And we came into the buy zone I had labeled, and I've been looking for a buy. I traded this long yesterday, scalped it, went 3 for 3, and then I traded long today. And the more oversold we get without the actual bounce, the more aggressive I'm going to start getting. Unfortunately, today was FOMC day, so I didn't get the size I wanted in this. I think that kind of messed with the trade setup. So we're obviously bullish monthly chart, weekly chart, daily charts in a downtrend, but we're looking for a bounce to short. We're not going to just waterfall here, right? So I traded calls on this, like I said, yesterday and today. And the way I'm looking at this is, and I'll show you why this is my buy zone in a second, but this is my buy zone I have right here. And it's a hard buy. Like I said, we have the weekly 8. You got the buy zone. We just filled this gap on the weekly chart, but you can see it's still open on the daily. So I'm thinking we push up, complete this gap fill. We need to get a daily lower high next. Like, that's the most likely scenario. We had this big push down, lower high, and then short the lower high. So I had calls today. It was a bit of a challenge because, again, the FOMC, and this is a bullish candle, came into the buy zone, closed above it. Then we got this candle, long lower wick, pushed up towards the high today. So buyers are definitely buying down here, validating that this is the buy zone from over here. We were oversold. So this is what I was saying all day. Let's see where this is at. It was on extended hours. I was saying we were oversold on the 4-hour chart. So you can see over here we got oversold in extended hours. Got a little bear flag. That was an hourly bear flag. Broke down. Oversold. This is when I played that bounce yesterday. Went 3 for 3 on the scalps. And then we came down, made a new low, no follow through. I was entering in earlier than that, though. As soon as we re-entered this buy zone, I was like, I know what I've done as far as my homework on this stock, and I believe that I'm going to get a bounce here pretty shortly. So I took an initial entry, small position, and my plan was to scale in with 3 entries. Usually when you get an all-time high run like this, it's the first hourly oversold bounce you get, and it's really good. Unfortunately, we had bear news, so that kind of messed with this. And then we had FOMC, so we ended up going for the 4-hour chart because we didn't get a good bounce there. I said to everyone in Discord, that's what we're looking for next. We had that there, and then we were still oversold going into this day, so I'm still looking for that bounce. We're in my buy zone. And I was saying we could probably get down to here, this hourly bear flag target from up here. That was our target down there. Bulls would try to hold this gap. They held it over here. So although that's lower than my buy zone, I'm definitely going to get aggressive down there. We need to cool off these indicators and get our first actual bounce. Like I said, we're not going to just waterfall in the daily straight down, especially when we're still in a monthly and weekly uptrend. And we have price history to support it. What I'm looking for going forward here is you can run your fibs a couple of different ways. You can run from up here because we did pop that one day, and ever since then it's been a flush. So you run your fib that way, and what I'm sort of looking for is, like I said, the next thing to be a short. I'm swinging calls right now. I think this gap's going to fill. We're up in the after hours right now at 9:32, which is excellent. So my thesis for swinging them, like I was up on the day on this position, and I flipped it a couple times to mitigate some risk on the calls themselves. So, but I was saying in the Discord what my thought process was. I was bearish up here. We had the bearish divergence. Anyone that's been following me knows kind of my thesis and the play and how it's developed over this whole time. But bearish divergence, we had a climax here. The only reason we pushed up is because of the S&P 500 inclusion. We had no more buying from the ETFs on this day, and that's what I was saying. We were going to dump after that. So the ideal thing was to start shorting up here, short this candle. Then you have the gap down here, and people are starting to go, okay, now this is a short. You're a little late to the party. You're at the buy zone. So my thoughts were, this is where we're going to buy, get a bounce for a lower high, and you have these people, the Johnny come latelys coming in to short this stock the past couple of days because they had an offering. The offering's at 875, so we're closing above that, which is good. We're putting in a floor for that. And all the people shorting down here saying that's bearish news, which it is in my opinion because it increases the float. However, we're still in a longer term uptrend, so it's going to take time. At least that's my thoughts. So you have the people that shorted down here saying this thing is just going to waterfall down, but we didn't get our bounce yet for our lower high. Like, this is a really extended bounce right now. You know what I mean? We need to cool off indicators. We were oversold on the 4 hour. We had bullish divergence on the 1 hour, and I was pointing that out. So we had long-term divergences building up here, which you can see right there. This low, and this new low, no follow through. Bullish divergence just building up, which is showing that buyers are willing to buy down here, and we're running out of sellers. We're getting exhausted. The scales will tilt. All the people, like I said, were shorting down here saying, oh yeah, the offering, it's bearish. Yeah, it's bearish. It's not where you want to short. You don't want to short in the hole when we're oversold. We had bullish divergence. Like we were oversold in a 4 hour, 1 hour, every time frame on this day, really. This day, not so much, but we had the bullish divergences building up. We're still in the buy zone. We need to cool off these longer term oversold conditions and look for our next lower high on the daily. So I'm swinging these. My exit target was for a gap fill. I want to see this gap fill. I think we can definitely go a lot higher, to be honest. Usually with these kind of moves, you can get rip your face off rallies. You can see that over here. Like we're up to 44%. You know what I mean? We came all the way back up there. In my opinion, this is a stone cold short right up here at 1100. I'd be shocked if it got up that high, but it can. What I would really think is going to hold overhead resistance is the top of this gap slash the 382, so it's a little bit above the gap. And that's just because the gap would have been filled. That'd be an aggressive entry for a bear. I think right here. If you get to $1,000 psychological, you see close right there, shot down, touch it again there. We wicked here, and the 20 period moving average is right there as well. If we can get up there, that's going to be a really good short entry. I'm not long-term bullishish. Like I said, I'm playing both directions, so I'm playing the bounce, letting that, give me some profit to the reshort. The reshort because of how this is, like I said, we're still in a monthly uptrend. We're still in a weekly uptrend. The monthly's still real extended, and I can see this gap filling down here. When? Who knows? So what we could do, like I said, we're gapping up right now, but we could push up, tomorrow, push up again Friday to up here, and then sell off. If we were to push up to 1,000, like say we push up there on the weekly, that'd be all the way up here. It really wouldn't be that bearish, to be honest. Um, Consolidation takes time, so that's the unfortunate thing with options. And $1,000 would be up here on the monthly. We still have a larger upper wick, but you want it lower towards the end of the month. We still have time for that. We have all next week, and this could play out over the next like 3-4 months. So if you're going to play this bearish with options, you want to give yourself plenty of time because the first moves are the most violent. So this first flush down is usually pretty big. Usually get a pretty good bounce out of that. Reshort, and I said the reshort can lead to a lower low. If not, tightens up and slowly bleeds down. And I'll bleed out your time decay and your theta and your vega for volatility. So if you're going to short, you would want to short with shares probably. If not, very long dated options. I'm not sure how I'm going to short this yet, to be honest. Like I said, I have a small call at this point. Like I only have a small position. I'm risking profits from the last 4 days on this. I've made a lot of money on this ticker the past couple days, and I'm not giving any of that back. Besides risking, a small portion of that at this point. So the idea is to get a little bit of profit on this bounce. But since we're ultimately bearish, that's the play I'm looking at. Give me $1,000, and I'm definitely entering a short there. That's ideally where I want it. The gap fill would be nice, but it's not exactly the best area. $1,000 is a stone cold short, and then if it push up to 1,100, that's definitely a short up there. I don't see it really doing that though. I'd be shocked. There's a lot of resistance above that. Like that was a key level break for us to flush down, so that's definitely resistance now. And $1,000 is a psychological level, and like I just pointed out, you have a bunch of touches, so that'd be a safe area for me, anyways, to try to short. What I believe is a safer area. Anything before that, you're being a little more aggressive. So that's my thoughts on this ticker right now. Like I said, I am swinging a call. I'm not sure how I'm going to play it yet. We're gapping up in the after hours, and like I said, my thoughts are we're going to squeeze out shorts. All these people that shorted down here thinking it's short. At that time, you're shorting in the hole, and now they're all going to get squeezed out. So ideally, you squeeze them out to 1,000. I take my money and then reshort this. We'll see what happens though. On this hourly chart, we broke through all our resistances in the after hours. So any pullback, you're looking for an hourly higher low and continuation. We're looking for a daily bounce at this point. We're trading above the 8, trading above the 20, bullish on the hourly. I mean, we need a trend change. We didn't change it yet, but this to me looks very bullish right now. So that's all I have for SMCI. But like I said earlier, if you want to join the Discord, it's completely free for right now. The link's in the description below. I post in here throughout the day. Entries, exits, my thoughts on the market. Ask me questions. Use it while you got it. And until next time, I wish you the best in the markets.